Hello everyone. Today, we will explore markers and labels in Premiere Pro. Let's begin with the labels. You probably noticed the colors on your timeline, but we haven't really discussed what these colors represent. To understand what these colors represent, go to Premiere Pro, access the settings, and click on Labels. When we check that, we can see the label colors and what each color represents. Let's go through them one at a time. This is a movie which contains both video and audio, represented by the blue color. This is a video without audio, indicated by the purple color. This is an audio track, represented by the green color. Now, let's discuss still image. This category can be a bit complex because it includes various subtypes, almost like layers. There are background layers, adjustment layers, text layers, and graphic or shape layers, all falling under the same still image category. That's why they are all represented by a pinkish color. This complexity is the reason why we might want to change the color to distinguish between them. However, before we delve into that, let's finish discussing the meaning of the other colors, and we will come back to this topic. Next, we have sequences. If you look at the project panel, sequences are represented by the green color. This includes both regular sequences and nest sequences, which are also green. Moving on, we have the dynamic link color, which appear as red. You will see this color when you, for example, work in After Effects and make adjustment or add effects. Once you are done in After Effects and return to Premiere Pro, you will notice that the color has changed. Finally, there's the orange color, which by default represents beans and captions. So overall, every color represents and has a meaning in Premiere Pro. But sometimes you may want to change colors, especially in this situation. The problem is that all of them are different, yet they all have the same color. In that case, we can change the color for each of them. If you want to change the adjustment layer's color, right-click, go to Label, and choose the color you prefer. I'm going to change it to yellow. It's really up to you which color you want to change, but it certainly makes them much more distinguishable than before. This is much more visual. The benefit of labels is that we can select materials based on their label color. Let's say I want to select all audio, and audio is represented by the color green. So if we select audio and go to labels, then click Select Label Group. All the audio with the green color will be selected. In essence, we can choose materials based on their label color. That's pretty much what labels do and how they are useful. Now let's learn about markers. I use markers frequently, and to illustrate, I prepare a video. A marker is essentially like a sticky note or post-it. To make a marker, simply click on the timeline panel and right-click, then choose Add Marker. There is another way to add a marker. You can simply press M. Be sure to select the timeline because if you select a clip, the marker will be created inside the clip. What I want to demonstrate is how to create a marker on the timeline, so make sure it is unselected. Click on the timeline and press M, and the marker will be created. If you double-click the marker, you can customize it by adding a title, comments, and changing the marker's color as well. Once you are done, click OK, and when you place your mouse cursor above the marker, you can see the title and comments as well. If you press Alt and click on the marker, it will split the marker. You can then drag this split marker to see the title and comments. And you can also move it around. Let's create more markers. Again, the shortcut key is M. So press M. This time, instead of double-clicking the M, press M again. This way, you can also access the marker settings. We can also add markers to clips and audio. The great thing about adding markers inside the clips and audio rather than on the timeline is that you can also see the markers inside the source monitor. If you increase the marker length, the clip marker length also change accordingly. Let's add markers to audio this time, following the same process with the clip markers. You might notice that even though they display some details, it can still be a bit challenging to visualize. In that case, go to Window menu and select Marker. This will display all the selected markers. You can also adjust the marker length in this marker panel and add comments here. Now let's learn about shortcuts. If you want to move your playhead to the next marker, the shortcut is to hold Shift and press M. Doing it again will take you to the next marker point. If you want to move your playhead to the previous marker, the shortcut key is Command-Shift-M. This will take you back to the previous marker. Lastly, if you want to remove all these markers, press Command-Option-M. That wraps up today's tutorial. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you in the next one.